Hey everyone, how are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I'm going to be conducting a daily energy reading for the collective and see what message that we can get from the ether. So I hope that you are all very well. And for those of you who live in America, I hope that you all had a wonderful July 4th and 250th anniversary of America. And I hope that everything went really well for you all, as best as possible, given certain circumstances, weather-wise. All right, guys. So this download that I was getting, it was saying about a call to action, but this call to action may not be right for you. All right. It may not be right for you, and it's kind of like a strong feeling. I can't really get away from it, so it's like I need to kind of like distance myself a bit from this. Like it feels as if it's like, because I was hearing like, what say you? But it's like, what say me? I don't know. Let me just, so let's just get into this without further ado. All right. I was looking for something else, but, whenever you do these kind of like general readings, it's always like, you kind of throw it out there, but you kind of hope secretly for something that you kind of might, have a little curiosity over. But I'm just throwing out the net into the quantum field and seeing what wants to come through. And this message is what came through the strongest, the most. It's almost as if this group of people, this group of outsiders, or people who feel very much excluded or very distant, they are sort of like the targeted ones. And it's almost as if like you are somebody that kind of fits into that category some way, somehow. Like you are, not really with them, but like you're a part of them in some way, shape or form. All right, so it's saying one more shuffle, bear with me. Take a pause, take a moment to kind of really, again, it's just, I don't know, let's see. All right, yes, ready now, okay. So let's get into this. So first card that we have got upright, we have got is the Star card. So this is a really good card to kind of like get into the reading about, all right? Somebody could actually be, this can be like, a major thing, or, a very popular energy. It could be in the form of a person, a place, or a thing. Sort of hope around this card. 17, the Star. But is it right for you? Even though it's the first card up, and of the spread, and it's, it is a really good card. I don't know, I'm just getting this kind of like, the thing is, it can be, the saying goes, it could be too good to be true. All right. Next card that we've got up is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So not really having sleepless nights over it, not really panicking over it. The Tower in the reverse. Something that kind of like is avoided. You've got the Wheel of Fortune at right. It almost feels as if this is going to be life-changing. Got the 10 of Pentacles. And then after that, we've got the Page of Cups in the reverse. Now, with the Page of Cups in the reverse, this feels as if this is sort of like, it's not really a great card to kind of have as a messenger, because you would expect it to be a little bit more sort of like, have a bit more solidity to it, a little bit more credence to it, a little bit more, a bit more grounded, a bit more stable. But the thing is, it's coming off with it's almost like wishful thinking here at this point with the Page of Cups being in the reverse. It feels as if it's not really carrying its weight around. And there is something, a connection with the Star card. It's almost as if it's like an influencer type energy. But it's almost as if this is, you're kind of losing, not losing any sleep over this. Let's get into this a little bit more to just get a little bit more information, because the thing is, with this Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles, 2 tens, they're both endings. This can bring an onset of quite an important major ending here, which will bring you onto a new path, a new beginning. Okay, but this Tower card in the reverse feels as if this is something you can already see coming down the pipeline as something best to avoid, because if you were to get involved in it, it would just stress you the hell out and make you feel as if you've made a real wrong turn, a wrong move. But this Wheel of Fortune seems to be kind of moving you away from this. I'll be honest with you, it feels a bit like hokey, and I'm not going to lie. Alright, let's expand on this energy a little bit more and find out why it feels like it's just too good to be true, even though it sounds really amazing, especially with the Star card. But I feel that, sometimes when there's some people that want to be in the limelight, or there's people that are already in the limelight, whatever it is that they're delivering or whatever their delivery just doesn't seem to hold credence. Tell me about the Star card. Why is the Star card the first, and why is it in upright position? Why do I feel this way about this particular card? And we've got the Knight of Wands upright. So with this card, even though it's in upright position, with the Knight of Wands, it can have this tendency to kind of go a bit of a back and forth. So the energy isn't really as stable per se. It's very fast, very quick energy. And it has that kind of player type vibe about it. But is it really holding ground here? And I sense that, I see that with the Star card, especially with the water. Okay, and then you've got this fire. It's almost as if the water douses out the potency of this energy, and it kind of waters it down a bit, and then it's almost as if it has to kind of go back and then come back in again, sort of thing. So I don't know if this kind of applies or aligns with what you've been experiencing lately from somebody, maybe this person or somebody that you are aware of or know personally or publicly online or whatever. They've got this tendency to be a bit of a back and forth person. All right. With the Nine of Swords being in the reverse, we do have the Hanged Man in the reverse. So I do feel that this, isn't really sort of stable. It's not really stagnant. And it's not really holding you at bay. It's not really keeping you there. It's not really holding you stagnant, which is really, in a sense, a good thing. I do feel that this has been, you have looked on this from a different perspective and realized that, it's not really something that is sustaining me right now. It's not really that. This can be to do with some kind of opportunity, can be to do with some kind of stable growth, but the volatility of it is really quite up and down. Just doesn't really feel that it's something that you actually want to invest in. The Tower in the reverse. What does this reveal? We've got the 5 of Discs in the reverse. So with the reverse card of this, now this is quite interesting here, because with the 5 of Pentacles or 5 of Discs, 5 of Pentacles can actually represent a lot of hardship, a lot of financial struggles, strife, a feeling of abandonment as well. But it also has a feeling of needing support. And I don't feel that whatever this is, you would have been getting a lot of financial assistance, aid, support, even if it's something that you can do for others. It just feels as if like you go in this direction, you'd end up losing a lot more than your finances. So I don't know. And then we do have this, the Wheel of Fortune with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position. It's almost as if like there's a better way for you to expand or invest in your finances. If you are somebody who trades or, that kind of thing, there is a better way than what this person is delivering. And I'll be honest with you, I am getting that the Page of Cups person is very much somebody who is very popular and in this star energy. So it does feel a bit online to me, to be honest, to be fair. Sorry about that, guys. My battery for my microphone died, so I had to quickly get it recharged again whilst I was speaking about the Five of Discs being in reverse, and I got to the other two cards that I'll speak about in a minute. I'm just going to pick up from where I left off. So as I was speaking about for the Tower card being in the reverse with the Five of Discs or the Five of Pentacles, to me it really feels as if this would have been your situation had you sort of gone down this route with this particular person. And I'm really getting, like, during the time of when I was waiting for my microphone to charge up, I was getting like super scams, super scammers. So, there's a lot of misinformation that's going on out there. There's a lot of people that are really trying to gain as much money as they can. And when I'm saying this, I'm more speaking about the service to self crew, the service to self people, and they are going to use any means necessary to get what they want from you, your attention, your focus, and then eventually your consent to give your money away, to give away your assets, your investments, your commodities, whatever it is, even your property. All right. So it's really, really important, guys, to really kind of like, I'm not trying to, as I said, I'm not trying to put fear tactics in this. This is some real, I'm not sugarcoating nothing here because, to be honest, I was going to just sort of abandon this reading because I thought, oh gosh, especially when I had noticed that my battery had gone, and I thought, oh, maybe it's a sign to say, to just scrap it and start again. But a download was like, no, do not do this. This is really important to keep going because of the way how these cards came through and the strong message that I got, the strong download. And these cards are really flowing really well. Like, I'm getting grifter energy. Hard, big time. Grifter energy. Super scammer. Big time. All right. So let's see what we've got with the other two cards. Now, the next card that I got for the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position was the Fool card in reverse. False start. False. Okay. And because it's the Fool card, to be honest, I'm looking at the word fool. You would have made a foolish choice, a foolish decision, but somehow fate was, sort of like, your circumstances or your destiny was averted from this situation because you would have gone down a very slippery slope that, had you taken this, you would have had to, either get like a scratch off, casino, or play the lotto and hope and pray to God that you would have been able to accumulate your money back, to acquire your wealth back, and hopefully get more than what you would have lost in the process had you gone with this charlatan of a deal. This person really knows, especially if they've got a combination of the Page of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Wands energy in that upright position, and this kind of so-called star quality tactics. I'm getting this person who's like a real professional hustler. They know how to wrangle people away from their money with their sweet talk, right? And then for the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position, we do have the Emperor in the upright position. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. This is, this is your energy here. You are not, I'm hearing immovable, so this can be immovable property. This can also be your energy being immovable. You are very much, when it comes to your choices, when it comes to your decision, final decision, finalized, it's absolute. You in this Emperor energy, this person who is in a reverse Page of Cups and a Knight of Wands that cannot hold consistency, they are kind of like really wasting their time with you. All right. And then, you can see through the BS. And then underneath the bottom of this deck, we do have the Eight of Discs. So you've been really and truly working hard at your, whatever it is that you've been working on to get to where you are today, or this is where you are aiming to be. If you've got a trajectory of where you want your finances and yourself to be because you are looking to stabilize and secure yourself for the long term, in the long run, then for somebody to come in, it almost feels as if is the universe testing you, or is this sort of like those dark forces that are trying to sort of like disable your consciousness so that you will continue to make a really terrible, possibly an irreparable mistake. Yeah. Mistakes can be easily made if things are not thought through thoroughly. And it will then take longer to try to rectify in the long run, especially if, you may not have like the resources in order to put yourself back on track. Okay, so this is just really sort of like just a heads up reading. We're going to close this out now and with the Inner Temple Oracle. So the cards that came up for you was the Freedom card. So this is you being on your way to financial freedom. And, this could have been you being financially trapped, but you are sort of like in this financial freedom energy. Okay. The next card that we've got is the Life Force. So I really do feel that this is giving me strong sort of like gut energy. What, some people would say, or most people say, is the solar plexus, like your gut brain, like you rely on your instincts. You're very instinctive. You are very, much grounded, and you have a very strong willpower. But this person really tried to feel as if they could really play you, but they played themselves out of your life. The next card that we've got is the Mercy. So I'm not getting you as being somebody who's merciless and, in this sort of dictatorship energy. No. You're very fair-minded, but also, again, for somebody that is, thing is, if you found, like, this is only going to be applying to some of you. If this has already happened and played out, you may have sort of like, really for some, this is really a rare sort of like small minority. You may have actually said, like giving them a warning and said, like, you better move away from me or whatever, or change your ways, send them a strong message, to change their ways. But it was almost as if like to say that you wouldn't be the one that would be giving them the outward revenge, but you're sort of leaving them up to God, for God to take care of them, because you don't want to sort of like muddy your own waters to do, because of them and what they're doing, what they may have, almost done to, had done to you. The next card that I've got that came up is the Inner Autumn, but I was more looking at this as autumn, so for the season, and we are in July at the moment, and I do feel with this kind of like this seasonal type of energy, I do feel that you are in this alignment of receiving something, getting your bounty, getting your harvest in time for the fall season, especially. Okay. So, you're very well seasoned. You know exactly where you are. You're very well placed on the right path with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright position, with the Ten of Pentacles upright as well. And to close out this reading, we do have the End is also the beginning. So this is really giving me a strong indication that what was going on here, this ending of this phase is gone, and you are about to begin in something new for yourself. Okay, so this is what I've got for this. It's an important reading. It really, I'm not saying it because, like I don't, no, I'm not into that. This is something that, hopefully will save you, a good few pennies. If this is, you're not aware of this, but this, with all these major arcanas and energy and the emphasis and, the strong downloads I'm getting, and again, my sort of stomach, my gut area is really clenching right now. It's really, feeling really tense. So, you really and truly rely on your instincts here. If anybody tries to sweet talk you and approach you, because this energy has come through, I've done a reading like this before, and it's like it's coming in again. But, as we know, things are really changing where the end is upon us. We're living in the end times, and people are trying to get what they can and what they want out of those who are unsuspecting, ill-equipped, not experienced enough, or sort of living in this kind of fear tactic. So they're trying to make emotional choices and decisions without really thinking things through methodically, okay? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this reading. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Take care for now.